Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to the Britball YouTube channel. And today we are doing my most sought after video since this series began. You heard yours in the first couple of weeks, I've got mine in the last couple of weeks, and we are doing the mighty, the really quite bad Carolina Panthers, but I still support them anyway. Hopefully we'll go more than 5-11 this year. But before we talk about our draft picks and how good we are at the draft, I want you to deliver a very heartfelt message.
Okay, so the Bills video, my Buffalo Bills, got the most views and the most support out of any videos on our channel. What we want is for our most supported teams, Buffalo Bills for me, Carolina Panthers for him, to be our most supported videos. So if you're watching this right now, please comment, please like, do whatever you can, share it with your buddies, and get as much support as we can on this video. It will mean the world and it will make our days.
I don't mind the Bills being #1 video, but I want this video to be #2, so I don't care if you have to share it with your nan, your uncle, your auntie, your dog, your dog's cat that he shags next door. I don't care. I want you to share this video and for it to come #2 because I love this. It means a lot to me. Without further ado, let's get into the draft. So I started off the video. I'm now going to start off the first of the 5 picks. We've only got 5, it doesn't matter because we're really good at them. So we're going to start off with Derrick Brown, taken out of Auburn. He's had a full season, a full beautiful season. He was named to the PFF All-Rookie team at the end of the season because of how good he was. Despite not many sacks as defensive tackle, he was drafted to stuff the run game, and he very much did that. He has room to improve as a pass rusher, no doubt about that. But he is very, very important to this team, and we are going to build a defense around him because he is that good and we have that much confidence in him. He has the potential to grow into a huge presence, and he is very young in a very young developing Carolina defense, and I have every bit of belief in this man.
Yeah, he's a very good player. He didn't have a lot of help on the interior at all. It was pretty much only him, I'm right saying that.
Pretty much, yeah.
It was Derrick Brown and Hope, and you have also got to attribute Burns is stepping up to Derrick Brown. You can't forget that the interior pressure is vital into getting sacks and pushing them out to the edge rushers. So you got to attribute Burns step up to Brown. So yeah, a good player.
Speaking of Brian Burns.
Yeah, Brian Burns. So I really like Brian Burns. We've got the image out here. We've got the lovely image out. And yeah, he's a grown man. He's a scary edge rusher. And what a partnership he's going to be with Hassan Reddick coming in. It's going to be great. And he's just come off a big second year. 10 sacks. He's been rushing them. He's been taking them down. He's been really good. He's athletic, quick, powerful. And everything you want in the modern edge rusher. And yeah, he's going to be a cornerstone of that defense for years to come.
So let's hit you some clean, stone cold facts about how cold this guy is. He switched from right defensive end to left defensive end from first to second season, and he had a much more productive season, and that showed definitely with his sacks from 7.5 to 9, I believe. He was tied 8th in the NFL for sacks. He's very quick, very explosive off the ground to pressure a quarterback, very agile. He moves around tackles like they're not even there at times, and he has turned himself into a full front runner in this defense, and I'm very, very proud of him.
I want to tear up.
Next we've got DJ Moore out of Maryland. 46 games, and he only missed 2 since he's entered the NFL. He's got 2 1,000-yard season to date with 10 TDs. After a phenomenal 2019 season, 2020 admittedly was full of ups and downs because Teddy Bridgewater, the new quarterback, couldn't decide if he wanted to target DJ Moore or Curtis Samuel as wide receiver 1, but now Curtis Samuel's gone. I fully expect DJ Moore to step up to the plate. In terms of Teddy as well, he also preferred to throw to Robbie Anderson, so at times it felt like DJ Moore went from wide receiver 1 to 2 to 3. There was no real consistency. He would have a game where he'd get 100 plus yards of receiving yards, then he had to get 20 the next week. It just depends on.
Give him some more praise. He just had 1,200 receiving.
I know, but even then, he was one of, I think him and Curtis Samuel both got 1,000-yard receiving yards. So I'm very happy with the way this man is going. He's definitely going to get his 5th year extended because of how athletic he is. He's a huge talent. There's not much else to say about him.
There's big plays in DJ Moore. Love to see him with Darnold, Darnold with
That's gonna
Robbie
be
Anderson and DJ
interesting.
Moore. Hopefully it'll be great. And we saw this guy play in real life. One of the rare chances us UK fans get to watch real games in real life. And DJ Moore and McAfee went off.
Yeah.
And you had that crapper at quarterback. What's his name?
Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen at quarterback, but DJ Moore still managed to get open, still managed to make some catches. And we go to the other man that I was just talking about.
We got this boy. Okay. We got him. He's stone cold.
Yeah, well, it's fair to say Christian McCaffrey's this guy's man crush, and he's been pretty good. I'm honoured to cover Christian McCaffrey in this video, and he's the cornerstone. He is the Carolina Panthers right now.
Yeah.
He's their main man. He's been given the bag, and rightly so. His production was pretty crazy 2 years ago.
Yeah.
1,400 rushing yards, also 1,000 receiving yards.
Yeah.
So he's a do-it-all back. He can run, he can catch. 15 rushing touchdowns, and as we said before, he went absolutely off in front of our eyes, in front of everyone in London. It was very good to watch.
Yeah, I'm just very upset that he was basically, you think he played 3 games last season, he was injured for it all. But in 2019, there was, at the very start of the season, there was talks of him becoming the MVP. That did fizzle out, unfortunately. But he was trying to run into the conversation. He's a 2019 Pro Bowler and first team All-Pro. Yeah, he's only the 3rd player in NFL history to have 1,000+ rushing and receiving yards in the same season. He's a brilliant player and he's one of the best running backs in the league when he's fit.
He's a nice guy.
He's a very nice guy as well.
He's a nice guy.
Oh, it's amazing. And I've got the pleasure of coming back down to earth a little bit of this pick, but Vernon Butler was not very good. Not for us, not for you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
4 seasons in Carolina. He just had the past 2020 season in Buffalo. He only had 9 starts in 52 games.
He had like one good
8
year.
sacks. Yeah.
He had one good year. That's had some good production.
He's been underwhelming since he's entered the league, I'm afraid. He's 45 tackles and 2 sacks in 4 seasons with us. He was basically a reserve player when people were injured or for rotational purposes. And after we did decline his 5th-year option, he had his career year so far with 6 of his 8 career sacks coming in 2019.
Yeah.
He has not produced the same effect in Buffalo, I'm sure, as you very much know that. But he hasn't been awful either, even though we have given him a D. It's just because he didn't play that much for us. He was never a key starter. He was always a rotational player because that's when we were good. We could actually afford to buy rotational players.
That was the pick after your Super Bowl year, so I guess it was a bit harsh to give it a D, but I've been watching him a lot this year and he's been pretty bad, and I'm honestly a bit angry at the Bills for paying him so much because he had the 6-sack season and we decided to give him a massive bag for no reason. He's had one good year, but yeah, we're not going to get too hung up on that. It's actually been, in summary, a pretty good selection of picks from the Panthers. We've had four hits out of 5. So it's one of the best classes yet.
It's the one thing I can actually be happy with as a Panthers fan is that we draft pretty damn well.
Yeah, and
at least recently.
Even though there is a Panthers-Bills brotherhood, we're trying to not be biased. We do like each other's teams, but yeah, we think this is a pretty good class. Let me know what you guys think.
I've had my 9 minutes of fame now.
Yeah, we've had our little exciting 9 minutes, and next we'll be covering the Falcons.
Boring franchise, if you ask me.
With crap picks, so yeah. Anyway,
team.
still hit that video up and.